John Alvino here. In this video, we're going to go over foam rolling. Foam rolling is essentially a self-applied deep tissue massage. This done in addition to mobility work and isometric stretching really helps to restore optimal length of tissue, tissue quality, and overall tissue health. So why not just stretch? Because stretching alone does not address any scarring, any knots, or any adhesions in the muscle. So essentially, foam rolling allows your mobility work to actually do what it's supposed to do. I'm going to show you the routine that we do at my training center. We're going to start with the IT band. The IT band runs down the side of the thigh from hip to knee. You want to position yourself on the foam roller at hip height, elevate your legs, and create all the movement with your upper body. This tissue typically gets tight. It may be painful at first, but after a few weeks, you'll notice a dramatic improvement in the tissue quality and thus the level of pain. To roll out the quad, you're going to start by offsetting the roller. So when you're rolling out the left leg, you're going to bring the foam roller off to the left side. So only your left leg makes contact. You're going to roll from hip to knee, moving all the way to directly above the kneecap. Make sure you get the quadricep on the lateral aspect, right by the vastus lateralis, dead center, and also in the medial aspect. Okay, next let's do the hip flexor. Hip flexor, a very similar setup and movement to the quadricep. Except now I want you to really focus on using the corner of the foam roller right in the crease of the hip. Just like the quad, you want to get all aspects of it, get a lateral aspect, more of a medial aspect, find your tight fibers, and spend a little more time on them. For the adductor, or the inner thigh, you're going to start by straddling the foam roller. You're going to start right at the groin to mid-thigh. The key to doing this is keeping all of your weight on the foam roller, just touching the opposite toe down for balance, and working groin to mid-thigh first, then moving the roller out and working mid-thigh to knee. Whole time, keep that hip flex approximately 90 degrees. To roll out your glute, you're going to start by sitting on the center of the roller. You're going to cross your left leg over the right so the back of the left ankle is directly above the right knee. With your right hand, grab onto the left ankle, left hand goes on the floor. You're going to angle yourself slightly as you roll to the hip, to about mid-glute, trying to find the tight fibers. This is a pretty easy and non-aggressive way to get into the glute. Once you develop pretty good tissue quality, I actually prefer doing this exact same movement with a lacrosse ball. Much more of a focal point with the lacrosse ball. You can get in there deeper and therefore do better tissue work. But only do that when you're ready for it. Now we're going to roll out the rhomboids. These muscles sit right in between your scapula. To expose them, give yourself a big hug and take your scapulas and abduct them as much as possible. You're going to roll right on the side of the spine, never getting to the lower back. You stay in that mid-back position. After you roll out one side, turn, switch, and roll out the other side. All right, next we're going to work on thoracic extension. It's important here not to focus on extension of the cervical spine or the lumbar spine. The movement should take place at the thoracic region only. Keeping the neck neutral and the butt down, arch your back, and return. We're going to break up the thoracic into 3 different spots. By the bottom of the scapula, by the midpoint, and then by the top. For the lats, we're going to start with the roller in our armpit and the body making a 90-degree angle to the foam roller. Elevate the hips. The legs are going to create all the movement here as you roll from the base of the scapula up to the armpit. You want to roll back, try to find your tight fibers, roll forward a bit. If you're tight in here, you're going to hate me for this one. To get the rotator cuff, we're going to use a lacrosse ball. You're going to set it up right above the cuff of that infraspinatus. Elbow's going to stay bent, 90-degree angle, and then go from external to internal rotation. You can really find your tight fibers here. When you find them, pause on them and go through rotation. Notice my elbow does stay fixed at 90 degrees. I'm not going this way. I'm not extending and flexing. Rotate. Alright, now we're moving on to calves. I do like to break up the calves into two segments, from knee to mid-shin, and then mid-shin to ankle. You can start by elevating your glutes, rolling one side at a time. Notice I'm getting medial aspect, I'm rotating, getting towards the center, getting that lateral aspect. Then I move myself back, throw the foam roller out, elevate the hips again, and now I'm going from mid-shin to ankle. For the shins, we're going to start by lunging over the roller and rolling from knee to ankle. You're going to roll right over the tibialis anterior and the peroneus. Alright, we're going to finish up with rolling out the arch of the foot with a lacrosse ball. You have to kick your shoe off for this one. You want to place the ball right in the arch of the foot. Be rolling right on that plantar fascia. You create tension by adjusting and shifting your weight over to the side that you're rolling. This is very commonly bound up and is a very important area to roll out, although it's commonly neglected. Alright guys, thanks for checking out my foam roller sequence. These exercises are super important. Do not neglect them. Be smarter than I was. It took me a lot of injuries over the years to realize how important tissue quality, tissue length, and mobility work was. So here's the warrior sequence. Do this every day. I demonstrated only one side. Obviously you guys know you're going to be doing both sides, but I do this every training day as part of your warm-up.